2008, 8 students were chosen from a sophomore health class to participate in a pilot group that would fight violence in schools and in the community. By the end of the year, Stand for Peace had a vision that we would call Re-Do Day.
The purpose of Be the Difference Re-Do Day is basically to help students come together from a wide variety of social backgrounds, cliques, so on and so forth, and kind of drop the preconceived notions they have, the assumptions they have about one another, and come together in a form of unity.
I was an artist, I was an honor student, I was pretty close to being popular until I got sick. So I went from being this super healthy, bright and shining star to falling to the bottom of the social ladder. You see, when they gave me the label of special ed, what that was the social kiss of death. There is nothing that I could have done to recover from that. You see, that's when I started to live in a stereotype.
We address 5 topics: attitude, respect, anger, stereotypes, and authenticity. And through each of these talks, through a variety of activities and small group discussion, over the course of the day, we see students begin to open up to one another, begin to share about themselves, begin to share part of their story, part of their pain, their frustration, their anger, and really make revelations about themselves. Nothing that goes too far, but allows them to empathize with one another and see each other in a truer light, rather than by judging them by their exterior.
But we're kind of like an iceberg, you know? The iceberg is one of those unique things that you only really see a very small portion of it. There's a water line that exists, and you only see about 10%. The other 90% of that is below this water line. People are a lot like that. People are a lot like icebergs. There's things that we see and we make assumptions about.
Please cross the line if you've been judged because of your weight or size. Please cross the line if you have a family member in jail. Please cross the line if you've ever been physically, sexually abused. Thank you for dropping the water line and declaring, this is my world. This is what I'm living in. I hope as a result of this you can see that, wow, some people that I thought were one way because of what they looked like, how they acted in public, wow, I didn't know they had all this going on underneath it all. We need to give each person the benefit of the doubt. If they don't see themselves that day, ask the question before you cast the judgment. Thanks, you can go back. Hugs are very welcome. Hugs are very welcome right now.
What this does for your school climate is where there might have been a bullying culture, or a culture where there are a lot of different parts that were siloed, a lot of different parts of the culture that were separated from one another. What this does is this: when we meet with your influencers, we ask you to put together 100 of your most influential students, and we see them come together and they drop their guard, they drop their walls, the silos go away, and they begin to empathize with one another and see one another more for who they are. A radical result ends. By the end of the day, we're seeing students thanking one another, encouraging one another, even apologizing. Students that have been at war, or cliques that have been divided for years and years, we're seeing them apologize publicly in front of their peers and coming together, and it begins to set a whole new tone.
We've been friends since first grade, and over the summer we went through some tough times and stuff. But things get in between us, and I just want to say I'm sorry.
Today I saw so many new things. Many people who had made fun of each other, had hurt each other, discovered a new way of looking at each other. It's been an amazing experience, and I hope that many other schools, as well as Lebanon, will repeat this process each year.
So it's not just a one-day shot at your school, but it's an ongoing process where we revisit the values of the day. We begin to help students process as it relates to attitude, respect, or anger, or stereotyping. What can they do? What are some action steps they can take in the everyday life of school to make a difference that will last long term, not just one exciting day in their life?